Nous parlons le français dans cet épisode?
Ricky Bobby.
Bonjour and welcome to Staff Picks. I'm Danielle Radford, and this is the show where me and my friends curate the selection of a video rental store to be. We are once again filming at Film Noir Cinema, which is a combination of video rental store and a theater. I'm here joined by Staff Picks President Jordan Olds.
More like Prime Minister.
Movie critic Black Belt Jordan Searles, and my permanent co-host, Patrick Willems. This week, we're talking about the only movie era that is somehow both going through its angsty teen years and its midlife crisis, French New Wave.
Oui.
So,
No.
nous parlons le français dans cet épisode?
Ricky Bobby.
I actually did take French, but my pronunciation is not good anymore.
You guys,
I'm not
800
going
days
to
currently into
embarrass
French
myself.
Duolingo, so I am ready for this episode.
As always, the most studied one is Patrick Willems.
Oui. Danielle, would you like to go first?
I would. French New Wave is a huge blind spot for me. This is something that I'm recently kind of discovering, which I am super happy I did. After watching some French New Wave, I am going with Shoot the Piano Player. It is a really genuinely funny movie. Essentially, a huge mystery starts because someone realizes that the only reason that they got to the place that they were at in their career was because it was bought and paid for by their wife. So it's like imposter syndrome also, the movie. And then there's death and murder. I think this is going to be something that resonates throughout all of these picks. You can go through and point out, oh, that scene reminds me of Mad Men. That scene reminds me of this. Like, you can see which scenes of which of these movies influenced other movies. But aside from obviously cultural impact, it's just actually genuinely really funny.
So I thought it was funny when I heard that French New Wave was our topic for this episode, because this movie, like many French New Wave movies, I watched in a class in college, watched that in Cinema 101 freshman year, and have not seen it since then. So the fall of 2006 was when I last watched Shoot the Piano Player. I
think that one of the fair criticisms of French New Wave is that sometimes it can take itself a little too seriously. This does not. This is a satire. It is goofy as hell.
Man, I gotta watch this again. I think when I was like 18, I didn't even register it as a satire because I was stupid.
And also, you brought up a really good point about this whole movement it's easy to kind of forget what is important about it because it's so in the blood of everything. Like everything, the fact that we're even talking about directors as the artists is from this.
Right.
Is from this whole movement.
Yeah, because, these movies are basically like a bunch of film critics who are obsessed with American movies. We're like, what if we made our own?
Right.
And played around with this.
And sometimes they satirize them and turn them into something that is genuinely really funny. Patrick, do you want to?
I'd be happy to.
I would love that.
Okay, so I feel like when we usually think of French New Wave, we think of Shoot the Piano Player or Breathless or 400 Blows and like black and white movies. I decided to bring the opposite, the most like vividly vibrant Technicolor movie ever made, Jacques Demy's Les Parapluies de Cherbourg, or The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. This is a musical. It's got a young Catherine Deneuve. It is a movie that is completely sung. There aren't musical numbers. It is just all sung straight through. All the dialogue is just everyone singing the entire movie. There aren't even like specific songs in it. It's just like
Everyone's singing their lines.
exactly.
Yeah,
that's
singing
it.
and
They're just walking
conversations.
around on set singing dialogue scenes. The whole thing is sung straight through.
Je ne pourrai jamais vivre sans toi.
It's a love story about these two people in this small town, but then they are separated, and minor spoilers, it is not like a deep tragedy, but it is not like there's not really a happy ending to it. It's a very bittersweet movie. Things don't really work out for them, but The whole thing is so colorful and so vivid and looks like a Hollywood Technicolor musical. And so Demi is really playing around with that and tone and aesthetics and everything. It's one of the best looking things ever. There's nothing quite like it.
You describing this, I'm like, I am so mad.
He was married to Agnes Varda.
Damn.
Yeah, they were like the power couple of the French New Wave.
Yeah, we're gonna get to her.
Ooh.
I chose Cleo from 5 to 7.
Uh-huh.
Classic Agnes Varda film, and it really just takes place, during a couple hours in this woman's life. And it starts with, she's a singer, she's young, she's beautiful, whole world in front of her, but she gets this tarot reading that really shakes her at the beginning, and she's waiting to find out the results of a biopsy. So she's basically trying to wondering like, am I gonna die? I don't know. And meanwhile, it's just her living her life in that time. We just get to spend time with her, and it's very episodic in ways, and it's just really beautiful. I love it. It's very good.
I'm like really genuinely writing everything down right now because there is so much that I need to watch.
And this is another one that I watched for a class in college and need to watch again because it's been so long.
I mean, if you're a film person, you ride for Agnes. You have to ride for Agnes if you're a film person.
Of course.
Yeah. Sarah Jessica Parker did an American version of it that no one has seen.
Oh my God!
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's called Here and Now.
Oh, I do remember that. I never saw it.
Yeah, it's done by a French director, but like not like a super like major one or anything. Yeah, it was very much her passion project is her doing.
Oh my God!
It's kind of amazing how many Americans have been like, oh, I'm gonna like remake these French things. Like Chris Rock, I Think I Love My Wife. Like
One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Just the most basic, oh my God. Doesn't he listen to the Killers in it? Doesn't he like purchase Sam's Town? I believe that he does. We'll have an opportunity to talk about Chris Rock at some point.
Jordan, bring us home. The man who decided we should do French New Wave. You must be excited to talk about it.
I threw it out there because it's one of the things that I know. For this, I tried to bring what I think is arguably the Frenchest and the most new waviest movie I have ever seen. From the Deadpool of film auteurs, Jean-Luc Godard, I bring you Pierrot Le Fou.
The Deadpool of French auteurs?
He does the most fourth wall breaking and whatnot, and like you're in a movie, but
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean,
that's right.
He is the original cinematic edgelord.
That's true.
Godard is bizarre because when I hear his stuff described, I'm like, I think I'm gonna hate this.
Right.
Because it's such high levels of pain in the assery.
Yeah.
And then you see it executed and you're like, this is great. Like, I love this movie. This movie is a fucking pain in the ass. And it's annoying on purpose. And I think it is also art. It's great. This movie is about French people that are bored, like having an affair and then just doing more crime and trying to feel alive again, which is the Frenchest shit I've ever heard.
Like literally just about to say, I can't think of anything that is more Frenchy New Wavy than just like
Having an affair and doing crime.
yeah.
Dude, it's literally this guy goes to a party and like it's in true Godard fashion, like it's just people talking. Everyone at the party is talking like an advertisement. And the guy's like, oh, I'm so bored, fuck this. I hate my boring wife and my many children. And he like runs away with his ex-girlfriend. And the movie is so beautiful looking. And I'm like, every point is annoying, but that's also the point.
You're making such a case for this.
Love, this thing is fucking awesome.
Sexy French depression is a real thing. I'm sorry. There's a reason why there was a song called that in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. That kind of like, I am French and I am bored. My ennui.
it feels like a stereotype, but watching it, you're like, I know this feeling. All of these feel like the whole purpose of this entire movement is to put the feelings out there, to experiment. The whole movie is about like whether he and this woman really love each other and like what love really kind of is, and she kind of betrays him and so he kills her, and then because it feels all so meaningless and chaotic and he's bored, he ties dynamite around his head and he lights the fuse, and then right before it goes off he goes, oh, this is silly, and tries to put it out, and he still blows himself up.
Huh? I think that a great thing about
It's fucking dark. It's crazy, this movie.
about French New Wave and this era is that it's during a period in at least American culture, a lot of other culture, where it's very step up for lippy. And I think there's a correlation between that and like now with everyone telling everything on Tumblr, on Twitter, on everything. And that's how you get your feelings out. Like, this is, movie about getting out your feelings.
I think
Jean-Luc had a lot of feelings.
He had a lot of
Sorry.
feelings.
Beaucoup de feelings.
For real, busted on God. French.
So we've got all of these great movies. Jordan, you really were convincing.
Yours is the only one I have not seen of these, and you made such a strong case that I'm now the most excited about it.
I mean, here's the thing. You said they sing everything in the movie and it's beautiful. Well, I guess also this movie also has insane colors in it. Pierre LeFou is just bright, vibrant the whole time.
We do
It looks
love
like the
that.
Festival of
Do love
Colors
that.
from Cholet, but the whole time.
So it kind of feels like your movie encapsulates a lot of what the other stuff is and is a great like entry point.
Yeah.
I feel like Godard's like the guy, right? Like
Well, I don't know. Truffaut is also the guy.
Totally.
Again, it's a good entry point. It's a way for people to find and get into.
I get, but it also is like Umbrellas or Clio are also very good options because like this is a lot to go at. Like I got it, but it's a deep end and it has everything that French New Wave represents. It's ennui, it's jump cuts, it's editing out of order, it's all
of that stuff is why
Yeah.
I'd be totally down with picking this.
That sounds exciting.
Like my girlfriend hasn't seen this. I don't know anyone who's seen this movie. I'd never get to talk about it.
Well, I mean,
Well-
the literal point of the show is convincing people that you should watch something you haven't seen.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
just did that.
Yeah, you just
So
did
I think
that. So I think that that's the winner.
I think that's what we're going with.
I think that's it. C'est la fin de cet épisode. I don't know the word for winner in French, but our selection here is Jean-Luc Godard's Pierrot Le Fou. Because Jordan is just so goddamn passionate about it that he told us all.
Muy bien.
And so, that brings us to the conclusion, la fin, of another episode of Steph Peaks.
Oh, no, that's racist. That's not racist. French people. Nope.
It's not racist. They're white.
They're white.
Well,
And I mean, there are not white, but
Yes.
they're not that great to non-white people either. So you know what?
Exactly.
They deserve to take
You
an
can-
L every
look,
once
There,
in a
I
while.
will say, there is a very un-okay scene in this movie.
Oh,
Because it's
yeah.
from 1968 and it is French.
you know what?
yeah, they're in all of these.
so that's part of your pitch for it. I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to watch to find out.
Did you just reading Rainbow a problematic?
Yeah, but don't take
Yeah.
my word for it. C'est la fin de cet épisode. I'm not sure if all those words were correct, but it doesn't matter because that is the end of our French New Wave episode. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Staff Picks. I'm Patrick Willems. This is Jordan Searles. This is Danielle Radford. This is Jordan Olds. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Like and
Is this
No, I learned it from Kenan Thompson on All That.
Yeah.
He was teaching us French in that bathtub.
He's never wrong.
He's never
Pierre
wrong.
Escargot.
Pierre Escargot's never
Pierre
wrong.
Escargot.
This is a good show.
My favorite French New Wave director, Pierre Escargot.
Pierre Escargot.
New Wave auteur, your escargot.
Oh my God, we gotta do Italian films too, so that we can do Italian Elon Musk.
Oh my God.
Bienvenido.
I launch the cannoli into space.